Now, I thought I would answer a question that I get very often from my viewers. What do I do for a living? I've gotten this question many times through Facebook Messenger, through YouTube comments, and even randomly when I occasionally run into a fan. Am I a drug dealer? Perhaps an arms dealer? Well, although those professions have good income streams, I was just never one for possible jail time. It just never sounded good to me. Don't get me wrong, I do like living on the edge a little bit, but a lot of the times the risk for those things isn't worth the reward, in my opinion. I have always kind of been a worrier growing up, thinking worst case scenario, which isn't always the good, but sometimes it can prepare you and keep you out of trouble for the most part. So I thought I'd make this video to talk about what it is that I do for a living and why I chose not to go to college.
Gadget Jeff TV.
Welcome back to Gadget Jeff TV, where I, Jeff, review cool toys and gadgets, and sometimes, occasionally, on life topics. This video is going to be a little bit different than my normal gadget review videos. It's just going to be about me rambling about why I didn't go to college and what it is I do for a living, but I thought I would still put it out there and see if you guys enjoy it. I guess this is what they call a vlog, and I don't make too many of these. First off, what I'm going to be talking about in the upcoming minutes is just my opinion and personally why I didn't attend college. If college is right for you and you're going or you're thinking of going, more power to you. Because I care, I just want you guys to be confident and happy in whatever approach you take in life. So, college. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? You gotta go. Are you at the age where your parents and society are constantly bombarding you with, when are you gonna go? What school you're gonna go to? Have you picked a degree or a profession or blah blah? And a lot of the time, society or parents can be like, there's no doubt you're going. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Maybe a little butts. College butts. My heart does go out to you if that's the pressure you're under or you're going to be under in the future. Luckily, my parents never really put much pressure on me one way or another. See, college was always kind of in the distance in my mind. I wasn't ever really thinking about it, and I did love going to school. I was a good student, even though I'd skip class occasionally, party a little bit. I liked school more, not because I learned a bunch, but just I loved the social life. All the parties and skipping school sometimes and seeing the same friends every day and all the school dances. It was a good time. But towards the end of high school in 2002, I started feeling the squeeze a little bit. People started asking, where are you going to college? Like they would automatically assume I was going. Which school am I going to? Again, growing up with my awesome parents, they didn't really put any pressure on me one way or another, thank God, so I didn't really have to sweat that too much. They overall just wanted me to be happy. My father growing up worked for himself since like 25 years old, slanging antique slot machines to really rich clients. So growing up with him, he was always influencing me that you don't really need a job to make a living, and he was living proof you didn't. He always encouraged me to look beyond college and realize that you can make a really good, if not great, living without a degree or a job where you're employed by someone else. My mother, on the other hand, worked her entire life for jobs, and it was all she really knew, and she would slightly pushed me to go to college and a degree because that's what she was taught. But it never really was a big thing. I was like, Mom, I'm not gonna go. That's just the way it is. You see, college and student loans and debt and homework and stuff like that just never really sounded appealing to me, personally. Because by going to college, studying, working really hard, doing the homework, getting a degree would ultimately land me in a job, which wasn't my goal in the first place. I never wanted a job. Multiple reasons why I never wanted a job. Number one, and one of the most important, I don't like mornings. I don't like waking up to alarm clocks. I just don't feel good waking up at the crack of dawn and getting jarred out of REM sleep while you're enjoying your dream. It's just intrusive. Number two is the commute. Traffic sucks, especially here in Seattle. And a lot of people sit in an hour to an hour and a half commute. Didn't sound appealing to me either. Number three is you're kind of capped at your earning potential. I mean, you can get little raises here and there or get a new job where you get a raise, but the truly real wealthy people don't have jobs. They work for themselves. I mean, unless you have a really high-paying job like you're an actor or you're a doctor or a lawyer, but those are still jobs. You're usually working for the man somewhere. And number four is I love free time. Working for yourself allows you to have free time to kind of do what you want when you want to do it, and I liked that freedom. Again, ultimately, if income is your biggest concern with a job, like, Most people that are really well-to-do don't have jobs. They're self-employed, they do their own thing, they run multiple businesses, they have multiple income streams. They don't just commute to work and work an 8-hour job somewhere. So I have several personal friends of mine that are millionaires. Some are just over $1 million in assets, some are a couple million, but these people are like in their 30s, so they're still pretty young, and none of them went to college. Well, one of them went to college, but he didn't graduate. He never got the degree. He dropped out, started his own app on the App Store, and it did really well. And so these friends were always kind of in the same boat as me. They just never wanted a career or a job. I graduated high school in 2002 from a place called Highline High School. We had the Pirates, that was our mascot. And the internet was just sort of starting to become used and recognized. It's funny, when the internet first started being used with the URLs, you guys probably remember this if you're old enough, but they used to have like the full address, https://, then the website address. And then they eventually dropped the https and then just had the www, and then years later now we just have the name of the website with .com. And now I notice even certain brands are leaving out the .com where it's just Amazon. I mean, you should just automatically know if it's .com, right? Anyways, the internet was just in its infancy, and at a young age, I was like 18, I realized and saw the massive potential for success with this amazing tool. The ability to reach like the entire world from the comfort of your own home, from your own desk, for like 10-15 bucks a month for the cost of a website domain and a hosting service. Another thing I figured out is if you made a really nice looking website, you could appear to be like this massive company when you're just a one-man show. Yeah, you could get a website for 15 bucks a month and reach the entire world, or you can rent a physical, business somewhere in your neighborhood for $2,000 or $3,000 a month and only have kind of the reach of that city. Anyways, I did have a few jobs growing up. In high school, I worked at Albertsons, a local grocery store, as a courtesy clerk, bagging groceries. And then I moved into the produce department where I was a melon specialist. And then I also was a bellman / shuttle driver / concierge, kind of fancy French word for guest service agent, at a Hilton hotel property where I worked there for a few years. So I was always kind of hawking stuff since high school on the internet, on like eBay, back when it was like 25 cents to list an item, and it was turning a little bit of profit. But I found out eventually that I could source products from China that are really cool niche products and import them and resell them for profit. The first product I sold was called Mr. Pet Cam, and it was a collar-mounted pet video camera that you would attach to your pet's collar, like your cat, and it would record what your cat or your dog's doing while you're away. It was really cute because you could find out a lot about your pet. I found out my cat, when he was roaming the neighborhood, was actually getting food from like 3 other people's homes, and he would go like a mile away from the house, and I had no idea he had this little secret life that was beyond my house. Anyways, I started importing these cameras from China. I made a website called MrPetCam.com, and they started selling really well after Google ranked my website on the first page. I was importing them for $7 a piece and selling them for $40. So after PayPal fees and shipping, I was making like 33 bucks on each one. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're moving 7 to 10 of them a day, that's like 300 to 350 bucks a day selling one product through one channel, my website. And during the holiday months, I was selling like 30 to 50 a day at Christmas time. So it was good money. And so I quickly realized that, if I'm making this much money off of one product, that I could pretty much quit my job on, why not just keep doing that? And so that's what I did. I quit my job at the Hilton and had enough money saved with the Mr. Pet Cam sales that I was comfortable. Now, I found out over the years that consumers like to spend a lot of money on 3 different categories: their kids, their pets, or holiday decor. So I ended up deciding on Christmas lighting decor. So I found this factory in China that made really cool Christmas lighting products. I bought a couple samples to test the quality, and after the quality was checked out and was good, I started importing them in large quantities and selling them for profit. Made a website, and once it was ranked on Google, traffic started coming in and sales were good. And the thing with Christmas decor that I really liked is it's a seasonal item. It's traffic is pretty much dead year-round until November, December, and then it just explodes. So it was nice. I could make enough money in November and December to pretty much take the rest of the year off, which I really liked because it would give me free time, which was one of the goals I've always wanted. So long story short, this is how I make a living. I've sourced products from China that I would personally buy that I think are cool. I make a website and then start selling those products through the website. I have began using Amazon fulfillment because they handle all the shipping, so I no longer have to do any of the shipping as Amazon takes 10%. In the beginning, it was fun packaging up these items and shipping them off to customers, but you get really tired of it when you're moving like hundreds or thousands of a certain product. So having Amazon take 10%, well worth it, and they can handle all that BS. It also allows me more free time to source other products because I'm not having to print shipping labels and packaging peanuts and shipping tape and cut myself on cardboard boxes, and it's just nasty. Now once a year I do fly to China to Shenzhen, where they have the Consumer Electronics Conventions, and you can find all the new technology that's coming out for the following year. And one cool thing that I've never realized until I started getting into this industry as a profession is 50 to 60% of all the technology that's available, that's over there, is never marketed in the United States because there's just so many products, there's just not enough people to sell them all. So I can literally go to China, go to one of these consumer electronics shows, find an awesome product, pull out my phone, look on Amazon to see if it's being sold in the United States, and if it's not, I develop a relationship with that factory, start importing them when I get back into the States, throw them on Amazon, and if you're the only player in town with a really cool product, you can pretty much name your price, and people will pay it because they have nowhere else to go. I've always found you can make the most profit and move the most volume if you're the only person selling that product. So this is what I've been doing since I've been self-employed. It's been about 10, 11 years now, I think. So, you know, it's allowed me to reach all 4 of my goals. I don't have to wake up to friggin' alarm clocks anymore. I don't have to go through a commute. I have a healthy income stream, and I have lots of free time. So I do feel good about where I'm at and what I do for a living. Now, I'm not trying to discourage anyone watching this away from college. If you've thought about it and it sounds like a good avenue for you, then more power to you, and you should do it. I do have a lot of friends that do have degrees and have happy jobs, and they enjoy it all. But me personally, it just never was for me. And I guess my goal of this video is to hopefully reach 1 or 2 or more people and help them realize you don't need a degree or a job to live a good lifestyle in today's world, especially with the power of the internet. And another thing to remember, there's no deadline on when you can go to college and when you can't. I know they always push and push and push it out of high school, like you have to go immediately or you can't ever go back. Bullshit. I know a lot of people that took a couple years off after high school and then went back. I know some people that took 10 years off after high school and decided they want to go to college and went back. So there's no pressure to, you got to do it immediately out of high school. Also, one must realize that colleges are businesses. They're generating a profit off their attendees burying themselves in student debt. They are a business. I mean, that's what it is. Anyways, guys, I know this video was a bit long and not on my typical gadget review stuff, but if you found it interesting or you learned something or anything, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Again, I did get this question, what I did for a living, quite a lot, so I thought this video would help some people get that question answered. If you'd like more videos regarding this, I guess this is called a vlog, maybe, I don't know. Let me know, because I do have a lot of ideas on what I can rant about, especially pet peeves. I have a lot of pet peeves, so let me know. Hope you all have a great one. See you soon.